What's happening, YouTube family? This is Living Abundantly Tarot. This is another episode on tarot advice. So today we're going to talk about no attachment to outcome, right? And so what I mean by that is if we can practice no attachment to outcome, it's also known as detachment. It's simple. You're going to be doing your best in your life. You're going to be working hard. You're going to be working hard on yourself. You're going to be practicing self-awareness. You're going to be working on your goals. You're going to be working on your dreams. You're going to be doing the day-to-day mundane things in order for you to pay the bills, right? You're going to be doing everything that you can. You're going to be doing your best, and you're not going to be attached to whatever happens in your life. And you're just going to focus on doing your best. So today we're going to be getting a little bit high tech here. I'm not editing videos because I just want to speak to a camera, right? So we got some visuals here. This is your dream, whatever it may be, right? So in tarot, this would be the Ten of Pentacles. The Ten of Pentacles is everything that you want in your life, all of the happiness, all of the abundance. If you won $1 billion, what would your life be and how happy you would be? And you would just have the most amazing fulfilled life. And then this is you, right? Now, no attachment to outcome is this is you and this is your dream, right? You are going to start taking steps towards your dream. Working hard, having fun, practicing self-awareness and humility, healing yourself, spending time with your friends, doing all the things that you do and doing your best, right? Going through challenges, going through struggles, right? And then little by little, you are going to get closer to your dream. Now, you started here, right? When you started here, you thought that this was your dream, right? This is some kosher salt right now, and this is some black garlic. The black garlic is you, right? When you started on your journey and you said, these are the things that I want. I'm thinking about my Ten of Pentacles. I'm thinking about what I want to have. I'm going to start doing the work. I'm going to start moving forward. I'm not going to give up. I'm going to keep moving, keep going, keep going. The thing that happens is that really, this here that you thought was your dream, this is not your dream at all. It's you taking these steps that become the dream. You moving forward in your life with patience and hard work and discipline and joy and love. You moving forward actually becomes the dream. And as you move forward, the thing that happens to your dream, it goes from being this kosher salt, and then you end up with this. Right? So that once you start moving forward, you realize, okay, like once I see that moving forward, just progressing, evolving, the dream becomes different. Right? So as you move forward, the thing that you can do if you're starting here, when it comes to no attachment to outcome, as you're moving forward, right, towards this dream that you have, the thing that you realize is if you have no attachment to the outcome, now it's all about you just moving forward in life. Now it's all about you just progressing slowly, right? And just really enjoying the journey, doing your best, practicing surrender. And once you get to wherever you end up, right, what you did along the way becomes the dream. And while you are moving forward on this road and not practicing any attachment to the outcome of what's going to happen, and you're just going to focus on doing your best, right? You moving forward becomes the dream. You progressing, and then if you have a setback and then, life gets hard and challenging, you heal, you recover, you continue pushing forward and you don't give up and you keep moving forward, right? That becomes a dream. So that ultimately you, as this black garlic, you are the dream. The dream is not outside of yourself. The Ten of Pentacles is not outside of yourself. You're still going to do the work. You're still going to want to visualize and have the things that you want in your life, but practicing no attachment to outcome just says, I'm going to do my best. I'm not going to expect a particular result. And by just doing my best, my life will become better. All right. So let's do a 5-card spread here on no attachment to outcome. And let's see what we get. I'll do a 5-card spread and we will clarify. All right. Let's see what we get on no attachment to outcome. The first part is the King of Wands. Wonderful card for a message on no attachment to outcome. The second card is the Six of Wands. Wonderful card for no attachment to outcome. The third card is the Three of Wands. A lot of Wands energy, right? So it's telling us that no attachment to outcome is going to require us being creative with this Wands energy. Two of Wands. I'm sorry, that was the Two of Wands, not the Three of Wands. And then we have the Page of Wands. We got another Wands card. So that's the message for today, is that for you to practice no attachment to outcome, for you to actually achieve the things you want in your life, you're going to have to be very, very, very creative and practice your wand energy and your fire energy in your life. And then we have the Three of Cups. Wonderful. So let me share the cards again. So we go from the King of Wands to the Six of Wands to the Two of Wands to the Page of Wands, and then at the end we have the Three of Cups. So the King of Wands is about being bold and assertive, right? He has mastered creativity. He's sitting on his throne of creativity, and because he has practiced being bold and assertive and creative, he is royalty, right? So this is just telling us right now that in order to continue practicing no attachment to outcome, just be bold, be assertive, right? Tap into your fire energy, be brave, be courageous, right? Moving into the unknown and not knowing what's going to happen in your life. As long as you can practice it with an elegant royalty, then you will achieve no attachment to outcome. Six of Wands is plain and simple. This is a celebration, right? This guy is coming back victorious from war and he's being celebrated. So think about your victories. Think about everything in your life that you consider a victory. Think about what you've done that's helped you become victorious, victories that you have had, right? And then practice that moving forward. And then when it comes to war, think about the defeats that you've had. Think about the times that you've lost, you've had losses. Think about the times, where things were challenging in this war of life that you're fighting through, and how did you persevere, right? So if you can think about your victories and your losses, then you will be celebrated like the Six of Wands here. And then we have the Two of Wands, right? So the Two of Wands is a stuck energy. The Two of Wands is not moving, right? If you have a dream that you're working on, if you have goals that you want to achieve, if there's particular things in your life that you're working towards, you can't look outside of yourself, right? Because the Two of Wands, he's looking out into the world. He's standing very comfortably on his house. He's only got two wands. He's got to collect more, right? And he thinks that the answers are outside of himself, but really the answers are right here in the palm of his hand. He has the world in his hand, so he needs to look and see what's inside of himself. So as you practice no attachment to outcome, as you progress through your life, you have to look inside of yourself and see how you're growing and see that you have enough and see that you have all the answers. And then that will lead you to the Page of Wands. And to me, the Page of Wands is like one of the greatest cards for no attachment to outcome, because the Page of Wands, he's ready for any adventure. It's like kind of like the Fool card, right? Like he doesn't know what the adventure is going to be. He's just excited. He's enthusiastic, and he has no attachment to outcome. He's just very happy to be along for the ride. And he probably knows that there's going to be challenges along the way, like in life, but he's very grateful just to be on this adventure. And so that's the message of the Page of Wands. And then if you do all these things, it leads you to a celebration. Now, celebration is not a final destination. Celebration is not going to be your outcome. But think again about the times in your life that you were victorious. Think about again the times in your life that you were able to overcome challenges and have celebrations. And if you do all these things, and if you reflect and practice gratitude and reflect on your life and think about the times where you had victories and celebrations, that's going to help remind you when times are hard or when times are good, that there will always be celebrations as long as we accept what's going on in our life, as long as we accept the challenges and the suffering that we face, and we persevere and we keep pushing forward, and you end up with your victory here. All right, y'all. Do your best to practice no attachment to outcome. Do your best to watch videos on YouTube that talk about detachment, that talk maybe about detachment from Buddhism that you can learn from. But in my opinion, no attachment to outcome and practicing it has been one of the biggest game changers in my life so far. And I'm just so grateful to be able to practice it. And I hope you enjoyed this episode. Please subscribe and tune in for more. All right. Peace.